Good evening, everyone. So let us start the session. Let me share the screen. So in the meanwhile, I'll start. Okay, fine. So recording is started. Fine. So I think you all have aware of. Many of you have aware of web development technologies, and most of you are belong to CSC background, right? So you may have done your academic project as well in the web development, right? So let me share the screen and I'll tell you the content for this course, and I'll share the syllabus as well. Yes, is the screen visible?
Yes, it is visible to
Yeah.
me. Yeah, great.
Yes, fine.
Thanks, Aishwarya,
So
Aishwarya for responding.
yes, okay. So your the course is web development and digital marketing. All you have opted for it, right? So these are the things which we are going to discuss in the future classes as well, right? So we'll basically start from the understanding the web technologies, and we'll talk about the technologies like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and we'll build dynamic web pages, and we'll move towards the server-side scripting languages like PHP, and uh, the managing sessions and cookies over there. Then we'll talk about the database connections. Database management system like MySQL will interact our application with the MySQL. And this is just a brief, about your the things which we are going to discuss in the particular course, right? Then we'll talk about React.js and jQuery. We'll discuss that as well, and the digital marketing through web, right? So these are the content for this course. So let me share. Let us start this. Yes, yes. Is this slide visible? This is understanding the web.
Yeah, sir, it's visible.
Yes, fine. So that's good. Okay, so we'll start from at the beginning. So discussing what a network is, what is a internet, right? So basically, web is nothing but is a network. So what basically a network is? So just make the class interactive so that it will be interesting, right? So what internet is or what a network is? So basically, you all from you all are aware of the network, right? So EC and CSE together are in the this class, right? So you are aware of this. So make the class interactive so that it will be good for we both, right? Yes. What is a
Through
network?
internet,
Sorry. Okay.
people can convey communications information.
Yes, that's good. Through internet, we can convey information, we can communicate, we can share our feelings, we can share the files, right? So network is basically if we talk about a network is what? A network is two or more devices or two or more nodes connected in such a way that they can share their resources. Okay, they can share their they can establish their communication. So that's what a network is. Okay, so internet is nothing but internet is nothing but between the net. Inter means it is inter, the meaning of inter means between. So between several networks. Okay, international network, right? So so through that we can access any resource from anywhere which is located in anywhere. Okay, so that's what the advantage of internet is. Okay, someone has hosted something in the in the New York or somewhere on the UK, so we can access by using the internet. He staying in India only, right? So that's what one of the advantage of internet is. Okay, so can anyone tell me which is the first network? I mean, which is created, the first network. Yes, anyone? Which is the first network? Please. So what I'm asking is, which is the first network, right? Which is first network. So we know what a network is, why we need a network is. So which is the first network? You may have studied it, right? So the first network is ARPANET, right? It was the first network, so which is invented or which is designed in 1966. Around 70s, it was designed, ARPANET, and it was designed by the U.S. Defense Department. Okay, so Defense Department of U.S. it designed for their military purpose. Okay, so basically ARPANET, it stands for Advanced Research Project Agency. Okay, Advanced Research Project Agency, and net is nothing but a network. So this was the first network which is ever designed, right? So this is basically designed for the military purpose. Okay. So then we talk about internet. So internet is a worldwide global system for interconnected computer networks. Okay. So basically internet uses several protocols. So basically it uses a standard protocol called TCP/IP to communicate with the devices, right? So can anyone tell what are the applications of internet in present day scenario? So where we are using the internet. So please, can anyone just unmute and speak? So what are the applications or what are the areas where the internet will be used? Yes, anyone? Please, anyone? Yes, I'm expecting anyone to speak.
Emails are web browsing.
Yes, fine. Email, sharing the information, fine. Web browsing, then and for and then
Peer-to-peer services.
yes, peer-to-peer services, fine. Then
This meeting is also an internet connection.
sorry.
This meeting is also one of the
Yes,
examples.
yes. That's what education, for education purpose. Also, we can have the internet for business purpose. Okay, for conducting any kind of meeting, right? So that's what the applications of internet, right? And any other. So in banking, right? In banking also, and for any chart applications like we know the social medias like Twitter, Facebook, these are all uses internet, right? So these are all the several uses of internet, right? Email, world wide web, that is browsing, and FTP and the chat rooms, then instant messaging. So and there are several new groups we can create. So these are all several applications, several services which uses the internet, right? So how the internet evolved. So the history and evolution of the internet. So in 1970s, okay, so it was, I mean, ARPANET was discovered, right? So later email, so in 1971, then 1992 www, right? So then came the bloggers and the Wikipedias, then Facebook. So this is how the internet is, I mean, evolved. Okay, these are all the several applications or several several applications of internet, right? Yes. So then we'll talk about HTTP. Okay, what are HTTP is? So basically HTTP is what? So it's a protocol, right? Hypertext transfer protocol. It is based on what? It is based on request and response. Whatever we will request for any resource which we want through the internet, and that request, if it is available, it will be responded. Okay. So that is what the use of HTTP protocol. Okay. HTTP is the protocol used to transfer the data over the web. Okay, so it will be used for exchanging, I mean, the communication. And HTTP is the protocol that is used by web servers and browsers to communicate. So this is what HTTP is. Yes, then we'll talk about a web page. What exactly a web page is? What is a web page? Anyone, please? What a web page is? So even your college has your website, and a website contains several web pages, right? Basically, what a web page is contain huge information. It includes text, graphics, audio, videos. So I mean, media, so and hyperlinks, etc. Okay, so that's what a web page is called. And several web pages, and a website is what? A website is a collection of web pages. Okay, so again, if we talk about a web page or web application, so there will be two categories divided over here. So it may be a static web page or a dynamic web page. Okay, so for the time being, just we need to know what a web page is. A web page is basically, it will contain a huge information. It may contain a text information, any graphics information, right? So any company, if they wants to, I mean, capture the several, I mean, audience online, so they may have their website. Okay, so through that website we can came to know what all their products they deal with, what is the company about, right? So that is what a website is. Yes, then we talk about web pages. There are basically two types of web pages: static web page and dynamic web page. Can anyone tell, please, what a static web page is and what a dynamic web page is? Yes, anyone, please? Please, students, don't hesitate whether it may be wrong or right. Okay, try to just speak. What are the, I mean, we know there are two types of web pages, right? A static web page and a dynamic web page. Okay, what exactly the meaning is? If you people are not comfortable with English, please let me know. I can speak Hindi as well, and I am from Karnataka. I can speak Kannada if you want, and if you are not comfortable in English, right? So, but I don't know Tamil. so, so those are the languages that I know. Yes, anyone, please. What a web page is? Sorry, static web page, and what a dynamic web page is. So sometimes I may get confused whether I'm in a meeting or not, because so if it is a silence, so it is just confused. So I am talking to myself or not, right? Yes, yes, I am in.
The
Okay,
static web page is created using simple language, sir.
simple language in terms.
HTML, CSS.
Okay, fine. And what about dynamic web page? Yes.
It's at the server side.
Sorry.
It's at the server side, sir. It contains browsers to communicate.
Actually, for this also, we will have a browser, right? We will be having a browser for this static web page as well, right?
Yeah, sir.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Thanks for answering. Okay. So basically, a static web page is what? It deals with, I mean, static data. It doesn't contains, I mean, there is no database interaction, okay, over here, and it is not connected with the database. And here, there will be no server-side scripting languages will be used. Basically, there are two types of scripting languages, like client-side scripting and one is server-side scripting. If we talk about client-side scripting, so that is we have a JavaScript. Okay, and if we talk about server-side scripting, we have different technologies like PHP, JSP. These are all comes under the server-side scripting. Okay, so static web page is web page which is developed using. I mean, here there will be no server-side scripting languages used, right? And there will be no database interaction over here. Okay, there will not be any database interaction over here. So that is one of the major difference between a dynamic web page and a static web page. So so when we talk about dynamic web page, here there will be a database interaction, right? And we will be using here the server-side scripting languages like PHP, maybe JSP, any other language. Okay, so that's what the difference between a static web page and dynamic web page is, right? So if we talk about a website, okay, if we talk about just if there is a website saying, displaying any information about the company and what the product they will deal, okay, and what are the team which is going to work under a particular company, so only there will be a static information will be there. There will not be any user interaction will be there. Okay, user will not be able to interact with that website, right? So that is what a static is. That is what a static website is. Okay, a static application is. So where in contrast, in a dynamic web page or dynamic website, if we have, so there will be possibility the user can interact with particular company through online, right? So there will be database connectivity with that. Okay, so that is what the major difference between a static and a dynamic web page is, right? Then we'll talk about a website. So we know a website is a collection of linked web pages that shares a unique domain name. Okay, there will be a domain name. Okay, so through that we can access that website particularly, right? So basically we your college have the website, right? So using that we can visit that website and get the information about your college, right? So that is a unique domain name will be assigned, right? And a website is basically, it's a collection of web pages. It will contain several web pages which forms a website, right? So anyone having any doubts, please let me know. Okay, any problem. So if you feel I'm going speeder, okay, speedier, or if you feel I'm going very slower, or the language needs to be changed, so please let me know. Okay, fine. Yes, then okay, then what is a web application is? So what a web application is? In general, if we talk about, so a website and web application. So a web application is a client-side and server-side software application in which the client runs a request in a web browser. Okay, basically when we talk about a website, okay, so website is what? Website will contains only the static information, and only it will having maybe it will intended to design intended for the to use the users to know about that company or to know about that firm, right? And web application is what? Web application is intended to do some task, right? Any task. Okay, so that is what a web application is. So web application can't be a static, so it will be a dynamic. Okay, so it will be a dynamic. So web application will be dynamic only. For example, any web application example. So the Facebook, so Facebook is a web application, right? So LinkedIn, so these are all the several web applications, right? Fine. Yes. Then what are the difference between a web application and a website is? So basically website contains a static pages, okay, and a web application contains a dynamic pages, okay. And website is a simple, okay, it will be simple and it will be technically complex to design, if we talk about designing part, right? And developed, so basically what I told, it is basically designed to inform about the firm, to inform about someone, to inform about the company, right? It gives the online presence of any firm. Okay, so it is basically developed to inform. What exactly web app is? So web app is created to interact. Okay, here we can interact, fine. And basically website is created So no, I mean, so it can be created with the HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Okay, not more languages required for this particularly for a website. Okay, and for a web application, we require any server-side scripting language as well. Apart from this, it may have a PHP, it may have Python, it may have JSP, right? Django. So these are all several technologies. So which we need to use in order to create a web application. Is it clear till now, students? Any doubts? Anyone having any doubts? Yes, please acknowledge me. Yes, yes, fine. Okay, so this is about a basics about what an internet is, what a web application, and what a website and static page and a dynamic pages. So now we'll move into the particular syllabus. So the syllabus is designed. So the first the thing which we are going to discuss is the HTML and the CSS and the JavaScript, and later we'll talk about the server-side scripting languages like PHP, okay, React, jQuery. So we'll talk about those aspects as well. So let me share the slide. Yes. Yes, we talk about HTML right now. So what exactly an HTML is? What is HTML? So I know all you are aware of it. So you are from technical backgrounds. Okay. So that too you are from third and fourth year of engineering, right? So what an HTML is?
It's used to create a web page.
Yes, yes, it is used to create a web page. Okay, so it is designed. I mean, it's a language which will be used to create a web page. Fine. So, so there are several in this language. We have, I mean, we have called tags. Okay, tags. Through the tags only we can write something. And moreover, I mean, I want to inform you. So this is HTML is not going to be programming language. Okay, we can't program over here. So what is the meaning? We can't perform computations over here. So what is the meaning of it? It is not, I mean, so it is just needed for layout. It is just needed to design the structure. Okay, just design the structure. It is needed. Okay, so if we want to do any programming kind of stuffs, we need to again move to any other programming language. HTML will gives only the structure. So only we can design the structure over here. So basically we will have three, I mean, main languages over here. So HTML, CSS, and one more is JavaScript. So what is the use of HTML? HTML will create this structure. Okay, it will create this structure. For example, if we talk about a human has its own skeleton, right? So for designing the skeleton like page, so we'll use this HTML, right? And to beautify, okay, we need to beautify the structure. Okay, for a skeleton there will be a, I mean, a skin linked with the particular skeleton, and which makes it beautiful. Okay, so that's kind of stuff will be related with this CSS. Okay, so it is here, this will be used for what? This is for, I mean, beautifying. Okay, it is used for beautifying the structure, beautifying the page, right? Beautify the pages. So this is needed for beautifying the pages. Okay, and then for what about this JavaScript? What is the use of JavaScript? Yes, anyone, please? Yes, please. But already, I mean, you may have worked on JavaScript, you have used it, right? So what is a JavaScript is? So we told, so HTML is basically what? It will give the structure. It will, CSS will give what? It will give the presentation. Okay, presentation. or it will beautify the structure. Okay, it will basically beautify the structure, isn't it? Then what about JavaScript? JavaScript will give the behavior. Okay, the behavior, what to do, what to perform, any computations, any programming over here to perform. So this will be done using the JavaScript. Okay, it will give the behavior. Is it clear, students? Is it clear about these three things: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript?
Yeah.
Yes, fine. I think someone have just unmuted the mic. Okay, so if you want to speak, please. Okay, fine. Okay, so basically HTML stands for hypertext markup language. Okay, it is used only for designing the structure. Okay, uh, for designing the layouts, and it will contain several components. We'll discuss those components in today's class as well. Okay. Yes. Yes, please. Someone has unmuted the mic. Please mute. I think this is KP something. Someone called. Yes, Krishna Prashant. Yes, please mute. Okay, fine. So if you want to speak, if anyone want to speak, please, or else just mute your mics. Fine. Okay, HTML stands for, as I told, hypertext markup language. Okay, HTML elements are the basic building blocks of HTML pages. Okay, then HTML elements are represented in terms of tags. Okay, there will be a term called tags, so that will be used over here in HTML. Okay, the one important point is the HTML pages are used with the extension .html or .htm is also allowed. Okay, so then what exactly tags are? So we'll see it. So first we'll see the structure of a HTML page. Fine. This is the HTML page structure. So the starting tag over here is HTML. Okay. And then head tag, though in that we can specify the title of the particular page as well. Okay. Then in the body tag, we'll do the designing part. We'll do the structuring part. Okay. So this is basically the structure of a web page is. Okay, so this is what the HTML structure is. So then I told about tag is what a tag is. So basically this is HTML, we have HTML tag, so this is called a tag. So this type of representation is called as a tag. So here I'll write, okay, so in HTML we'll use tags. Okay, so how the tags will look like this less than symbol and greater than symbol. In that we'll specify the particular tag. For example, let it be HTML. So this is HTML tag. Okay, so and similarly we have just talking about a tag, so head tag. Okay, and in the tags, so we have two categories of tags. So the one is, please anyone, two categories of tag. So one is paired tag. Okay, paired tag are also called as companion tag. Okay, companion tag, and this is what, this is singleton tag. Okay, so these are the two categories of tags divided over here. Paired, so as the meaning, as the name itself suggests, what is the meaning of pair means two, right? So there are couple. Okay, so pair, so there will be pair of tags over here. In case of paired tag are also called as companion tag. Okay, so for example, so if we talk about HTML, we have tag called HTML. Okay, so this is the opening of this tag. Okay, and we can close this tag like this. We can close like this, HTML. Yes, yes. Yes, students, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Just
Yes,
now you
sir.
are.
Yes, yes, fine. Okay, fine. Yes, we are talking about a pair tag and unpaired tag, the particular tag, right? And if you talk about singleton tag, okay, there will be no closing. Only one tag is available for that particular use. Okay, so that is called singleton
Students, it seems Siddiq, sir, he due to some internet connectivity issues, I think he is not there in the meeting. Just a minute. I'll I'll call him and I'll get back to you. Just give me 2 minutes.
Okay, sir.
When did he left? It took too long or
Okay, students.
2 more minutes ago, sir.
okay, fine. Okay, great.
Yes, actually, there is some connectivity issue over here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Siddiq, will you also explain about the LMS platform or should I do that?
Actually, I don't know about LMS platform.
Okay,
So,
okay, great. So I think I'll take last 15 minutes session to explain about the LMS. Okay.
sure, do it. Okay. You took it. Sorry, Vinay, you
Yeah.
take it
Tell
now.
me.
Now only.
No. I will take at 5:15. 5:15 to 5:30. I will explain about LMS.
Sure, fine. Yes, students. Is the screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So we are talking about basically uh, tags, different tags in HTML available, paired as well as unpaired or singleton tag, right? So this is the the basic structure of an HTML page is, right? So then, we can do hands-on over it. So we can have any editor. So using any editor, we can write an HTML code and run it through the browser. Okay. So for that, I recommend uh, Visual Studio Code. So you may have any editor. So you may have Notepad plus plus. You may gone through the Sublime Text. Okay, so no problem. So you can use that as well. Okay. So let me share some. My VS Code. Okay. So this is the VS Code. So I have already installed it. Okay. Is this visible, right?
Yeah, sir.
Yes, fine. So over here we can run our the web pages, and for that the good thing is there are several extensions available in this particular editor. So using that we can have easy doing. Okay, we can do it very easily. So we can install over here the live server extension as well. So the in here over here, so we have extensions option. Okay, if I click over here, live server. Okay, actually I have already installed. So this one. So I installed it. So what is the use of live server is? So once we can change, if we have changed anything in the particular file, so that will be updated. So we need not to refresh the browser each time. We need not to update the browser each time. So that's what the advantage of live server is. So I have installed this extension. Okay, so then what I'll do is I'll move towards this. I'll create a folder. So let me create a folder over here. So we can create file in that open folder. So I'll create a folder. Let me create a folder. Let me call this as GC. Fine. Okay, so this is the folder just now I have created. So we can create files over here, any number of files, any type of file. So simply I'll create a file having extension .html. As I already told, the HTML file will be having an extension .html or .htm. Fine. So let me name this as say index.html. Fine. So this is the file. Okay, so the file is created over here. So I'm just going to design the, any web page. For that we can create, so simple typing the tags. Okay, so or else we have over here, so we can use some shortcuts. So if I click the exclamation mark, okay, this exclamation, so I'll put enter, I'll press enter. So then this certain the snippet, code snippet is available. Okay, this, the structure is available. Only the thing is we need to add the things as per our need, right? So this is how we can use this VS Code. So this is good to use, and it is good to design any, applications. So simply what I'll do is I'll simply display anything over here. So using some tags. So we have certain heading tags ranging from H1 to H6. So that I am going to display over here. Simply I'm displaying welcome to session on web development. Simply I'll say this, then I can run over here by simply right clicking. I have right clicked. So over here, so there is an option available, open with live server. Okay. So this option will be available only if we have installed the live server extension. Okay. We need to install the live server extensions. So here already I have installed live server extension. That's why it is available. So I'll run open with live server. Fine. See here. Over here, welcome to session on web development, that is displayed, right? So this is a simple web page. Okay, having a title. So this is, see here, the title document. So this is the title of the particular web page, right? And this is the body. This contains in the body. So in the body, just I have specified some text, that is some heading. So that is displayed over here. So what I'll do is, if I change something over here, so that I need not to refresh any all time for updating, for reflecting these changes, right? For these updations. So that's what the significance of this live server. So I'll add something over here in the heading, say heading 6. So heading 1 will be, larger compared to the, and heading 6 will be very smaller. This fine. So simply I'll check with the browser with live server. See here, this is updated. I just I didn't refresh the page. Without refreshing, that is reflected. So if we don't have live server, what we need to do, we need to refresh each and every time when we add something, when we change the code. So we need to refresh over here. So we need to refresh over here, then only it will be available. So then only, so that will be updated. So that is somewhat advantage of using the live server extension over here. Is it clear, students? Is it clear? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, fine. Okay, then we talk about different components which are available in HTML, which we can do hands-on on it using the VS Code. Fine. So we'll talk about list. Okay, so we have list in, we have several components like block components are available, and we have list as well as available. Okay, and we have different headings available and different form elements, we can use that as well. So we'll use it one by one. Okay, we'll start from the list. What a list is, basically a list is what it will specify any information in the form of a list, right? So the information will be available one by one. So that is what the use of list is. So we have basically three types of list. One is ordered list, and other is unordered list. The third one is description list, right? So these are the different, I mean, three different lists available in uh, HTML. We can use it. So each list, for using each list, we need to use a separate tag. Okay, we need to use a separate tag. For example, if we talk about ordered list, we will use OL tag, OL. So it is somewhat easier to remember the things as well. OL means ordered list, UL means unordered list, right? And DL means description list. So these are the tags which we need to use in order to in order to incorporate these lists on our web page. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll create an unordered or ordered list for uh, here. So just I'll create an ordered list. So for using the ordered list, for incorporating ordered list, we need to use what? We need to use OL tag. Okay. So OL. So again, OL is which type of tag? It is paired tag or companion tag. Okay. See here, the opening as well as the closing is available for this particular tag. I hope these things are clear for you guys. Okay. So here for adding any number of items, list items into the particular list, we'll use LI tag. LI means list item. Okay, we can have over here. So I'll add simply any programming languages, Java. Okay, and similarly, I'll add one more list item. So how much number of list item we want? So we want that much number of list items. So LI tags. Okay, LI tags. So Python. Then we'll be having some say C sharp. Okay, so what it will outputs? So it will outputs to an ordered list. Okay, ordered list will be available by numbering 1 as Java, 2 as Python, 3 as C sharp. So let us see. So let me check in the browser. Oh, sorry. So it will be in the browser. So here it is. Here it is available, right? Is it here? So it is very basic. It is very easy to learn, right? So because there is no programming over here, so only the thing is we need to follow the structure. That's it. So when we move further, when we talk about server-side scripting languages, we'll discuss PHP, React, jQuery in that time. Okay. So this is how we can create an ordered list. Then I want to create an unordered list. For unordered list, we'll use which tag?
UL tag.
Yes, that's it. So it's simple. UL tag will be used for unordered list. So simply I'm using UL. Okay, UL. Some names. I mean, again, if you want to add any item, we need to use list item. I mean, LI tag. Okay, so simply I'm adding the names of the fruits. Okay, banana. Then similarly, I'm adding one more list item over here. Okay, so simply I'll check with the browser. So each time I'm not running, right? So each time I'm not running, simply I have run it once and checking in the browser every time without having refreshing the page with the help of live server, right? So that's what the advantage of live server is. So here it is. So this is ordered list. Sorry, this is unordered list. The first one is ordered list. The second one is unordered list. And similarly, we can, if you want to change the numbering, or if you want to change the type of numbering, we can do with. And in HTML, every tag has a property. every tag has its attribute. Okay, so that attribute, so for this particularly we have one property called type property. Okay, so that we can use, we can specify the type property. So simply in the type property, if I specify something like A, okay, capital A, so then the numbering will be, I mean, then the ordering will be A, B, C, D, capital A, B, C, D. So that type of ordering will be available over here. See over here, right? So if we change the type to the Roman letter, I mean I, then the small Roman letters ordering will be available. See over here. Similarly, we can change the, I mean, the ordering for this. Okay, here the bullet is available. So here we can specify the type as, let me specify here, over here, circle. I have specified circle. Then the circle will be the, I mean, the ordering. Yes, over here. Fine. So this is about ordered list and unordered list. And one more tag we have called what? I mean, one more list, that is description list. So this is ordered list, right? And this one is what? This is unordered list, and this is description list. In the description list, what will we will have? We will have a description term followed by the description of that particular term. Okay, so in this way it will be it looks like. Okay, we can create that as well. So I'll create that description as well, I mean description list as well over here. Okay, I will create over here description list DL. DL is a tag for description list. And again, we have two other tags, subtags of this particularly. So description term, DT means description term. Okay, simply I have written over here Java. Okay, so this is the description term, and I'll write the description data for this particular term. So Java, I'll write it over here. Java is object oriented language. Right. This is the description term, and this is the description of this particular term. Similarly, we can have n number of description terms. Similarly, I can add one more term using the tag dt, description term. Over here is C added. The description for this particular term is applied using data description, I mean tag dd. So I'll write over here C is a procedural oriented. Okay, language. So I'll run it. Sorry, in the browser we'll see it. Fine, see here over here. So this is the description list. Okay, this is the description term, and this is the description for particular term, right? So we have seen all three types of list available in HTML. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, fine, that's good. Then okay, we'll talk about the different things. Yes, tables. So we know tables are used everywhere. So tables are needed to organize the data, to look the data good. Okay, if the data is organized in a table, and it describes more, and it describes it looks good for describing any type of data. Okay, so we have a tag called table tag. Okay, using the table tag, we can create a table in an HTML. Again, in a table, we know a table is what? A table is a collection of rows and columns. Okay, So for specifying row, we will have a tag tr, okay, table row. And for specifying the particular column, we have a tag td, table data. Okay, so that's how we can use a table. That's how we can create a table in an HTML. We'll create it. So let me create basically over here. So again, I'll create file. So we can create n number of files. So I'll create a file by table.html. Okay, so I put exclamation mark and press enter. So the code snippet will be available. The structure will be available for us to use, right? We need not to write every time HTML, head, body, all and all, right? So I'll write the title. It is good practice to write title every time. Tables in HTML. Okay, fine. So for creating a table, we'll use a table tag. Okay. By default, there will be no border. Okay, by default, there will be no border for a table. We know a border is, right? So there will be no border for a table. Okay, we can assign the border using the property called border in the table tag. So first I'll create a table. So if we want a rows, so we have a tr tag, tr. So in that particularly, so what I'll do is I'll create heading. So for specifying the heading, we have th. Th for is what? Th specified table heading. Okay. So here you can specify. I'll simply specify the state, and the next heading is th. For here, specify the country. Okay. So just have a look how it will looks. I'll run it. Just right click, open with live server. See here, or we have a table, state and country are the two different columns. Okay. So this is the single row. In that we have specified two different columns, state and country. So I'll add some more rows over here. Table row. Then I want to I want to display the any state name in place of this state in the state column. So for that I am using over here table data. Th is only for specifying that it is a heading. Okay, heading. Okay, then we'll have the normal other rows. So over here I'll write the state is Karnataka. Okay, Karnataka, and the capital of that particular state. So TD over here is Bangalore, right? Similarly, I'll add one more row over here. Okay, table data. So here the state is Tamil Nadu, and the country, sorry, the capital of which is Chennai. So I'll run it. Okay. So I think there is something happened. Okay, fine. I think Chennai I have put in TH tag. That's why it is showing in, dark color. The bolded colors. See over here, we have two different rows. Sorry, three rows, including the headings as well. And moreover, the important thing is we don't have border for this particular table. We don't have border. We can assign the border for it. So yes, I have assigned over here th. So that's why it is in bold. It is just giving the feeling of headings. Yes, td. So what I'll do is I'll assign the border for this particular table. Yes, border, we have property called border. In that I can specify in terms of pixel, that is 1. So 1. So that is, the border will be thinner, very thinner. Okay, let's see. Yes. Yes, students, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, say for example, I want to merge. I want to merge these two cells. I mean, these two different columns, Karnataka and Bangalore. I want to merge into a single column. Sorry, single. Yes, single column. So how I can do that? Yes, please. The CSE students all are aware of this, I'm sure. So these are all very basic things. Even the high school or primary school kids will having the knowledge of HTML. Please. Yes, anyone? Is my question is clear? I mean, yes, my question is clear. So what I asked is, so I want to merge. I want to merge these two different cells, that is Karnataka and Bangalore, into a single cell. We know we can merge in. We will use. We have used the Excel. We have used Microsoft Word. Okay, so in that we know how we can merge easily, right? So, but here in HTML, everything we need to write the code for this particular, right? So particular rendering for we need to write the code. So what I need to do? How I can do this? Please, anyone? Yes, please interact so that the class may not looks boring. Okay, because if we have an interaction in the class, it will be very good. Yes,
Use the
anyone?
tag
Which tag? Which tag?
colspan, COLSPAN.
Yes, yes, call span. Okay, call span. Actually, it is not a tag, it's a property. Okay, so that property we can use in the particular, I mean, field. So, for example, I want these two merge into a single cell, right? So, what I'll do is I don't want this one. So, I'll remove this. In that, I'll specify the column span, call span. Okay, call span is equal to 2 means, so it will cover the space of two columns. That means it will merge the two columns into a single column. Now, see how it will look. Yes, it is. It is. This is how it looks. Is it clear, students? Yes, this is about the column span. And say for an example, if I want to merge two different rows, right? Two different rows. How I can do that? Yes,
Row span.
yes, that's it. Simple. It's very simple. Row span. So what I'll do is I'll add simply one more row over here, and I'll try to merge the two different rows. This is Kerala. And I have added over here. Okay. Now, so just I'm going to, what I'm going to do, I am going to merge these two cells into a single cell, this Tamil Nadu and Kerala. I'm just going to merge this one. Okay. So this how we can do using the row span property. That's it. We can use the row span property. So where I need to use the row span property?
Tamil Nadu.
Yes, yes, where?
At Tamil Nadu, sir.
Yes, Tamil Nadu. Yes, here I need to specify. Yes, row span is equal to 2. Okay, there I need not to require this. Yes. Let's see how it will look. Yes, here it is. Fine. So this is how the row span will work. Students, is it clear? Anyone having any doubts? So very basic things we have discussed today. So please let me know. Anyone having any doubts? Any, I mean, anything which you are feeling not good. So I mean, any communication problem. If you are feeling I need to speak in Hindi or any other language, I can. But only the thing is, I know these much of languages. Okay, so if you are not comfortable with English, I'll do the class in a very slow manner. Okay, no issues. But please
No,
let
sir. We
me.
are
Sure, sure, sure. That's good. That's fine. Okay, I think Vinay sir,
Yeah.
he,
Sir,
yes,
I have a doubt.
sure, sure. Yes, Aishwarya.
At the beginning of the code, in between head tag,
Yes, yes.
what is the purpose of using meta tag, sir?
Meta tag. Yes. So basically, that meta tag will be used for, I mean, search engine optimization, SEO. There is a concept called SEO. So for that purpose, it will be used. I mean, if you want to make our website traffic more, right? So that meta tag will be used. That in that meta tag, particular, we'll use some keywords of that. So we'll later discuss when we are talking about. I mean. One more concept called digital marketing, right? Digital marketing. In that particular, we will talk about this meta tag. Is it clear?
Okay,
Yes. Yes, yes, fine. Yes, Vinay.
Yeah. Thank you, Siddhi.
Okay, thanks,
So
Vinay.
thanks for the session. So students, uh, I hope most of you have attended the orientation session. During orientation, we explained that, I mean, this program is not for just 1 to 3 days, right? I mean, it will be there for more than, I think around 3 months. So we will be sharing a lot of resources with you. We will also share the recording of every lecture with you. In order to have a proper communication, in order to have access to proper resources, so we have created one LMS portal. Okay, so we have created one LMS portal, and all of you need to register in that LMS portal. So once you register in that LMS portal, so you will get access to all the presentations, all the video recordings, maybe code, like whatever we are teaching. So all the resources will be available in that LMS portal. So now what I will do, I will show you how to register in LMS portal. Okay. So Siddiq sir, if you can stop your screen, I'll share my screen.
Yes, I have stopped. Fine.
Okay. So I'm just sharing my screen, students. So before that, let me share the link of LMS. Okay, I have shared one link in the in chat. Okay, just open that. So once you open that link, so you can see this particular web portal. Okay, so now what you need to do is, so within this first step, what you need to do is you need to click on register. Okay, so in register, you need to give you need to give some username. You need to give a password. I mean, you need to create your username and you need to create a password, and you need to enter some of your details like what is your email address, your first name, last name, city, country, and then the college which you are studying, year, contact number. So these are all the information which you need to enter, and you need to click on create my new account. Okay, so I'll just show you once again. So first you need to create your username. It can be like your name. If you want to, you can do that. And you need to create a strong password. So make sure that the password must it must have at least 8 characters. So just read this, and then as I mentioned, like you need to enter your email address, first name, last name, and then you need to enter your educational qualification, like if you are what is the course you are currently pursuing, and then in the college name you need to select your college. Okay, so we have your college name, Government College of Engineering. Just a minute. Okay, your college name is not yet added here. So I'll. Okay, we'll do one thing. Okay, fine. So basically, I mean, don't register now. So I'll update you when to register. Like here, you can find your college name. I mean, I will add that at my side, from my side. So you basically you can see your college name here. Once you see your college name, you need to select your college name. So you will get like Government College of Engineering, Bargur. Okay. And then you need to enter your contact number, WhatsApp number, PIN code. So all these things you need to enter. So once you enter all these things and once you click on create my new account, an email will be sent to your email ID. Okay. So whatever the email you mentioned here, we will send one verification link. So you need to click on that verification link. Okay. Once you click on the verification link, your account will be created. Okay, perfect. It is like how you create a email ID or any other, like if you visit any website, generally when you want to sign up, so this is how you do it, right? So that's how you need to complete the registration process. Okay, and once you are done with the registration process, so what you need to do is you can simply click on the login. Okay, and you can provide your username. For example, my username is Vinay, and my password, I can enter my password. So once you log in, so then you can see something called courses here. Okay, you can see courses. Okay, so once you see the courses, you need to select your college name. For example, so you can find your college name here. Yeah, it's Government College of Engineering, Bargur, Tamil Nadu, right? So once you click on that, it will ask you to enter something called enrollment key. Okay, it will ask you to enter something called enrollment key. So I will share that enrollment key with you. So you need to enter the enrollment key and then you can register in this course. Okay, so simple guys. So first thing what you need to do, you need to register. Okay, first thing you need to register. In order to register, open this link, click on register. Here you need to enter all your details. Your college name is not yet added here. Okay, so we will complete that. I'll complete that today. Maybe you can just check after 1 hour. Okay, so once you can find your college name, you just need to enter all the details and click on create my new account. Okay, so once you click on create my new account, a verification mail will be sent to your mail ID. So you just need to verify that. Once you verify that, your account is created. Okay, so after creating your account, what you need to do, you simply need to log in. Okay, click on login. You just enter your username and password, whatever the username password which you have mentioned. So enter username and password. So after entering the username and password, so you can see, just a minute, I'll show it once again. Okay, once you enter your password, username password, you can see something called courses. Okay, you can see home, my courses, bookmarks, contact, register, all these things you will also see at your end, right? You need to click on courses. So here we have a lot of courses. I mean, like basically these are like different colleges where we are doing program. So here, what you need to do, you need to select your college name here. Okay, your college name. Yeah, this one. Okay, Government College of Engineering, Bargur. Okay, once you click on this, okay, it will show you, it will ask you to enter something called enrollment key. Okay, so I will share the, I mean, here it is not showing because I have not updated some information from my end. So basically it will ask you to enter something called enrollment key. Okay, so you need to enter that enrollment key. And once you are done with adding that enrollment key, you will be joined in that course. Okay, so this is a process. So I'm expecting everyone to complete this process today. I'll text you once we are done with adding your college name. Okay. So in order to continue, in order to have a communication between you, we created something called a Kaizala group. Okay. It is similar to like how we have WhatsApp group. We also have another another platform called Kaizala. So within that Kaizala, we created a group. Okay. So I request everyone to join in that Kaizala group so that if you have any queries, you can ask all your queries there. So I'm sharing a link, a group invite link in the chat. So I have entered, I have added that link in the chat. So all you need to do is you need to click on that link and join in the Kaizala group. Okay. And it is similar to, as I said, it is similar to WhatsApp group. You can post your doubts there. You can ask all your questions in that group. Okay. So what I will do, first join in this group. So once you join, I will send you the instructions regarding the LMS. Okay. Great. Are you able to see the link in the group? Are you able to see the link in the chat? Students?
Yes, it's available.
Yeah.
Students, please acknowledge.
Yeah, I think maybe this is first class, so they are not. Students, are you able to see the link? If you are able to see the link in the chat, just maybe you can.
Yes, sir.
Great, great. You can raise your hand, right? We have an option to raise hand in the chat. Yeah.
For me, it was still loading.
Okay, okay. Maybe it takes some time, but once you click on that link, you can join in that group. Okay, so I request everyone, all 39 students, those who are present in this meeting, join in that group. So we will send you the all the instructions related to how to join in that LMS, what to do after joining. So all the updates will be sent in that group. If you have any doubts related to anything which we had discussed so far, you can ask. Okay, do we have Ranjit sir by any chance? Ranjit sir or no, I think we don't have any. We don't have sir.
Yes, Vinay sir.
Students, how many of you? Yeah. Yeah, you are saying something, Siddiq?
Yes, yes. Shall we take the photo of the, the
Yeah, yeah.
screen?
So students,
Yes.
we want to take a group pic along with all of you. So please enable your cameras. Everyone, it's a request from my side. Everyone, please enable your cameras. Students, we want to take a group pic. Can you guys enable your camera? So just let's, yeah. So this is Siddiq. I am also enabling. Just a minute. Students. Okay. Thank you, Aishwarya. Thanks a lot. Can we have others also, please? Please enable your cameras. Thank you, Renuka. What about others? Thank you. Others also. We want to take a group pic. Thank you. Thank you, Divya. Thank you, Vinodini. Thank you. Everyone, please enable your cameras. I think Siddiq, I think that's it. Maybe you can take a pic. I have some issues with my cam. Divya, we are unable to see you. Sharu Hasini. Okay, great. I request others also to enable their cameras. Okay. Great, great. Okay, guys. Thanks.
Yes.
And yeah, Siddiq.
Yeah. Is the college is women's college?
Yes, yes. It's a women's college. So this tech section program, is this a women's college or it's a co-ed college, students?
It's a co-ed college.
Okay, okay. But in our program, we can have only girl students. So that's why we have.
Okay, fine, fine. Okay.
Yeah. So students, when is your when will be the next session? Do you know when
Friday.
is the Friday? So we will have sessions on every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And what about the timings?
4 to 5:30.
Perfect. 4 to 5:30 every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So we will be sharing this recording with you in LMS. Okay, so that you can refer this recording and you can understand the topics. Okay. That's it from my side. If you have any doubts, you can ask your doubts. If you have any doubts, technical doubts, you can ask Siddiq sir. If you have any other doubts also, you can ask. If you have any doubts related to program, you can ask. Okay, let me.
Yes, students. Thank you so much for joining in. Thanks once again.
Okay, how many of
Thank
you have
you,
joined
sir.
in Kaizala group? How many of you have joined in Kaizala group? Anyone? How many of you have joined in Kaizala group? Anyone, have you joined in Kaizala group? I have sent a link in the chat, right? Okay.
Two have raised their hands.
Yeah. Okay, great. Those who have joined in the group, please raise your hand. So I can see Renuka, Nantini. What about others? If you are you facing any problem? Okay, do one thing. I'm sharing my contact number here. If you have any problem in joining that group or if you have any doubts related to the program, so what you can do, you can reach out to me. Okay. So my name is Vinay. Okay. You can reach. This is my contact number. Okay. Great. So if you have any doubts.